With the release of Z and K the Beginning remaster, at the end of the film, I teased the next Z and K film in October 11, 2023. Let's talk about the title. Around the time Z and K episode 58 released, I was already trying to make the script for the INFEKTION movie. For 2 years, I had to come up with a title.
I won't get into the reason why it took so long to make the freaking title, so I'll just show you the pictures.
At some point before I made Series 2, I was gonna call it Blood Wrath, but I changed it and the film remained unnamed.
When Gacha Life 2 came out, you could tell Izumi kind of got a lot of changes. She actually went through the most changes throughout Gacha Club and Gacha Life 2. And it was kind of hard. It was kind of taking a while because I didn't know whether to make her look the same or make her look completely different. It was mainly because I wanted Izumi to actually look more like a lovable character and a pretty cool looking character you can like, kind of like Nox, where he has this weird ass crazy hair. But it did take a while though.
Yusuke, Rada, and Noriko. These 3 were created in 2023, the same year as I was making the script. Yusuke is the second Zayaka human hybrid character I made, as Obi is the first. Arata is another code human hybrid character who's now Camilla's boyfriend. Funny how he's tall, but he's younger than Nox since Nox is 17 or 18. Noriko, she's a childhood friend of Camilla's. Noriko is a 14-year-old human character. She's young, but she could be very annoying and crazy.
Does that name sound familiar?
I can tell you this. The beginning where it shows Arata's origin was going to be way worser and violent than what was shown. Despite my laziness and fear of going too far with gore, I decided to make it to where the people were killed off screen. It seems this film was just going to be a straight-up horror film. That will be until he showed up. Not gonna lie, but I had no idea why I thought about Blood Wrath being a prequel sequel to Series 1 of Z and K. When I made Blood Wrath, I decided on make it canon to Z and K. The problem was that Blood Wrath is taking too long to get episodes out. So upon releasing this film, everyone was going to be extremely confused about who these characters are. This unfortunately led to a scene where it showed Shapeshifter turning into Obi, where it shows Obi severely injured, and Nizumi mentions Ben, Ken, and Kei as well. This really does spoils the fate of 3 main characters of Blood Wrath, and unfortunately, spoils a scene which was made to show the aftermath of Blood Wrath where it shows Nizumi with his hair messed up and blood all over him with Naoko crying, "What did you do?" Project Glitch, a completely brand new character introduced into the Z and K series. It's the first time the characters had to fight a literal god destroyer. Project Glitch is an original character who is formerly known as Scrap Glitch in Bluntrance Films' The Toy Beatbox Splits and Into the Depths of Glitch. This version is a new version of his character, but as an original Z and K character. The funny thing was that this fight between Nox and Nizumi against Glitch was going to be longer because of Ghost taking over the body of Glitch instead. I literally have a design for him, but I didn't use it, as it would have been the final form. Fugo was already planned to be the main villain of INFEKTION years ago. Fugo is one of the more chaotic villains in the series, as he's a serial killer. He became stronger when Ghost took over his body and let him kill whoever gets in his way. This is the first design of Fugo would have looked like if Gacha Life 2 didn't come out, because Gacha Life 2 just came out of nowhere at the time. And then this is how he looks now in 2025. This scene was going to be completely different to what was shown here. Camilla was actually going to be running away, but Fugo would end up knocking her out, leaving her bleeding from her head, and Nezumi would have appeared at this part. This scene was going to be different as well. Instead of Nox, Camilla would have ran into Nezumi covered in blood with people who were corrupted dead on the ground. This would come to this being similar to what was shown, but Camilla would actually run away from Nezumi. An entire scene of Izumi having nightmares was scraped due to the runtime, and this scene being unnecessary long horror scene and pretty disturbing scenes. Izumi would have woken up, but with her eyes spiral, she would instead lose her sanity and completely lose her mind. This is originally how she wasn't going to have any screen time throughout the entire film, but instead, I changed to where she has a coma instead. There was going to be a scene where Camilla and Nezumi were going to have a conversation, explaining why Camilla doesn't remember anything from the events of Bloodwrath. It would have been an emotional scene for Nezumi explaining his PTSD and his nightmares. This was cut because it would obviously reveal spoilers of the ending of Bloodwrath, and reveal the fates of some of the main characters and tragedies. This scene where Fugo is beating up Camilla was going to be longer and worser to what was shown, showing off Fugo's pure evilness inside of him. This was probably going to be more disturbing because Fugo was actually torturing Camilla instead. And the one major spoiler, Mayoko has the ability to control fire with her katana, and her sword is different than the one introduced in Bloodwrath. I knew making this film was going to be difficult, especially keeping the promise of making it an hour long. It's funny because the whole time when making this, I literally showed off the first teaser trailer for the film, revealing that I am working on it, and I stayed focused on making this movie for 3 to 4 months. During this, I had to make a decision where either I work on Bloodwrath, or I work on Ultimate. It took a while. I waited until I decided while looking that one video gaining more views than my videos. I was tired. I almost started losing interest in making this film, but I kept going because I knew what I wanted, a good movie. It was worse enough when I was making Project Monsters, since each episode was longer, so I had Bloodwrath be indefinite delay. Ultimately, I stopped working both 3 of my projects for a few months just to work on Infection, since I knew, if I did, it would be more easier if I just stayed focused on one project. And it worked. I couldn't believe it, but it did. The amount of people who actually watched the film enjoyed. At least it was something. It could probably beat Little Red, but thank you, everyone. Many people who are my friends. A YouTuber I watched named A1 Tutorialist. His videos helped. He's a good guy. His videos do help a lot of GachaTubers who are new to making content or series or films. Although when making this film, this time, actually had more friends. I got motivated from their videos. Especially this guy Bluntrunt. Good dude, his films are awesome. He literally makes movies longer than mine's. Go support him too, because he really does make his videos entertaining even if they take long to make. Same thing for these 3 as well. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here. This film really did impact me and the future of my channel. Even if I'm a small YouTuber, I'm still making great content. I can go as hard as possible with the next couple of projects I've been working on. That only depends if Looney doesn't screw us and make Gacha Life 3. It's funny because I've been doing Gacha Life content for officially 6 years. It's also 6 years for The Last Berserker, since it's the first ever series I made. Thankfully Infection did change the way I'm going to release my videos from now on. I'll take breaks if I need them now. This time Infection was actually fun to work on, and I was able to release it whenever it was ready. Don't worry, I'm good now. I'll be back with The Last Berserker Ultimate soon, and Project Monsters,